afternoon. My name is Kayla Live, aka the Main Character Cultivator. I'm the founder and CEO of Rebrand Land, home of the main character, where we teach you how to be the center of your story. Listen, if you're watching this right now, you've probably identified throughout this entire conference that there is something burning inside of you, something that is itching at you to get out. It's probably that main character that's been hidden down below for a long time. Now, understand this. It hasn't always been a time that I've been the main character, right? Even though my personality has always been there. As a child, I had a lot of fears that were placed on me that were only adult emotions. What that looked like is someone telling me that I was too aggressive, which really just translated into my passion. Someone telling me that I was compulsive, that I was taking up way too much space. Because the fear of me stepping into my full purpose is not something that they had ever accomplished before. See, being the main character of your story doesn't mean that you're taking up someone else's story. It doesn't mean that you are stepping into someone else's life. It simply means you're stepping into your own. Here's a couple of things that I want you to think about as you step into your own story this last day of our conference. One, to be the main character of your story, you're going to have to dive deep. Dive deep to understand where those emotions came from. See, I didn't understand that my main character, not even syndrome, but identity. My identity of being the main character came from me understanding the promise that I have always had on my life, understanding exactly what my goal was, understanding exactly what I've been placed on this earth in at the age of 6 years old. I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. But see, the adults around me couldn't understand or comprehend a child being so strong in what she felt. So what they said was, oh no, you're doing too much. You've got to calm down. You can't take up this much space. You're speaking too loud. Relax. You're going to take the attention of everyone else around you. You're going to take up their space. And subsequently, by me trying to take my empathicness and not take up the space of others, I cowered in my own box. I placed myself in a box because I did not want my personality to overshadow others. I did not want my truth my talents to overshadow the next person. And now as an adult, I realized that was all fear. Diving deep into your main character identity means that you are diving deep to understand exactly what your purpose is, exactly what your goal is, and why you're doing it, your direct why. Not the why that you can go out and tell everybody else, oh, I'm doing this because it's going to benefit humanity. No, why are you doing the exact thing that you're doing right now? That's why you're the main character of your story. Rebrand Land was created for a sense of Black women coming together and making sure that they are living in their complete and total truth, which brings me to point 2, understanding that your truth is your truth. It does not take away from anyone else's story. It does not take away from anyone else's experiences, but your experience matters. Your story matters. The way it happened to you, what happened to you, and who did it to you, baby, it matters. So you've got to go comfortable into your own main character identity to say, this is my truth. And no matter what took place, no matter who was around, I want to acknowledge what happened to me, because all of those tiny little experiences, all of those things that happen to you, they make sense now. They make sense now as to who you are and why you are and what your purpose is on this earth. So when you're stepping into your business, when you're stepping into your brand and you're looking at everything, you're saying, this is it, y'all. This is it. Understand that there's not going to be many people around you that's going to get it, because the promise was made to you and you alone. Now, will you be able to go and find a team that's out here that's going to be excited about exactly what you're doing? Absolutely. But if you never find that person yet, you have to be so confident in what you're doing to know that you are on the right track, that the promise that has been laid on your life is on purpose. It's intentional. Luke 1:37 says, by every word spoken by God is possible. By the mere existence of you today, you are possible. You are the main character. You are the reason people are showing up to your business every day. You are the reason why your family gets up in the morning. You are the reason why your legacy is being planted and it's going to change. You are the reason. And so in order for everyone else to get behind that, you have to get behind you. You have to get behind who you are. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, just in case you never meet anyone that cheers in your background. But listen to me, main character. Here in Rebrand Land, we are your biggest cheerleader. I am cheering for you. I love you and I care for you, and your story, it matters. I want you to stand up, stand tall, stand bold, and say exactly what you need to say. Tell your story exactly how it happened to you, because you matter. Everything you do matters. Every vision that you've had in your head matters. It may not make sense today, but what you need to do is write it down. Write it down, main character, because the visions, the downloads, the settings that are being placed in your head, it might not be for you to act on right now. It may be for when you recognize your own power. And then that vision is going to come right back to you. And you're going to be ready to put that vision right into the world. Why? Because it's your gift. See, one of the things that I help my main characters understand, and every main character that comes into touch with me, is that the purpose that's been placed on your life is so intentional, so important. It is literally your God gift. It is the gift that God has given you to move forward. So why would he make it so that everyone else understands? It's not meant for everyone to understand. It's simply meant for you. So the words and the things that are bubbling inside of you throughout this conference, you're hearing a lot of things stir up inside of you, and you're like, wow, that's me, that's me, that's me. I'm telling you right now, look at me. This message is for you. Be the main character of your story. Live in your truth, because your truth matters. See, a lot of people don't understand that when I was young, I had a whole identity crisis and I had no idea about it. My name was not the same as everyone else in my family. I come from a blended family. I'm the oldest on my mother's side of 3, but I'm number 4 of 19 on my father's side. And I didn't understand what that looked like. When my mother got married, I didn't understand who I was. And guess what? No one took the time to explain it to me. But the only things I kept hearing in my life were, you're holy, you're set apart. You have a light that's inside of you. It's different. You're not always going to connect with everyone. You're going to connect with the people you're supposed to. And I'm telling you that right now, main character. You are connecting with the individuals you are supposed to. So don't get down on yourself because you haven't reached that lead, or you didn't get that client, or someone backed out. You weren't supposed to. And the only thing that you have to do from this point forward is keep planting your seed, baby. Plant that seed and water it. Move forward, water it some more. Go back to that seed, check on it. Because guess what? It's your time. It's your time to shine. It's your time to be the main character of your story, because everyone's waiting to hear what you've got to say. Not what the next person's got to say. They want to know what happened to you. Another thing that I need you to understand is that your story, no matter how it happened, is valid. You do not, look at me, you do not need to have a get it out the mud story for it to be valid and important, because the mere fact that you have told your story gives everyone the right and inspires others to tell theirs. You don't know how many people can relate to you. You don't know how many people you can touch. You don't know what type of healing you're doing by just saying, hey, this is what happened and this is me. Be the main character of your story. Live your best life. Do those things that are important to you, because it's important for you, because it's important for your legacy, because it's important for your future. This is your chance. This is your shot. You are in the right moment. You are in the right space. You made the right choice. I know you're sitting back and saying, man, I shouldn't have quit that job. I shouldn't have left that relationship. I should have just, God, it's hard out here. See, God's going to break you down before he builds you back up, because he wants to see how strong your faith is and how you're really going to stick to that promise that he gave you. And I'm telling you right now, main character, I'm standing behind you 100% of the way. We are with you 100% of the way. No matter if you never meet me a day in your life. No, Kayla life is here for you. And you only, because I can't wait to see what your legacy brings. I can't wait to see what you're putting forth on the earth, because you're not doing this for yourself, and you know that, visionary. You're not doing this for yourself, and you know that, legacy builder. You're not doing this just for the moment. You're doing this for the future, so your grandbabies' babies can eat. You feel me? This is for you. This is for your legacy. This is for your family. And this is just how we gonna get it done. Once again, my name is Kayla Life. I am the founder and CEO of Rebrand Land. Be the main character of your story. And we're waiting for you. Come be the answer to the fresh start.